The 7 Hermetic laws, originating from the ancient wisdom of Hermetic philosophy, have often been shrouded in mysticism and cryptic teachings. Rooted in the legendary Emerald Tablet and the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, these principles offer profound insights into the nature of reality, the universe, and our own consciousness. However, they've often been presented in a way that feels distant or overly theoretical. What if we explored these timeless laws with a fresh perspective, one that speaks directly to your experience in everyday life? In this guide, we will break down the Hermetic laws in a way that's practical, relatable, and truly transformative. Let's take these universal principles and translate them into a language that connects to your heart, mind, and modern understanding. At the foundation of the Hermetic teachings lies the principle of mentalism, which states that everything in the universe is fundamentally mental in nature. To understand this concept fully, we must step beyond the conventional idea that thoughts are merely fleeting electrical impulses in the brain. The law of mentalism suggests something far deeper, that the entire fabric of reality is shaped and governed by consciousness. Your thoughts are not just passive reflections of the world around you. They are active, creative forces capable of shaping your experience and the world itself. Imagine for a moment that your mind is a canvas, and every thought, belief, or perception is a brushstroke. Over time, these brushstrokes create the masterpiece that is your life. The question is, what kind of picture are you painting? Are you crafting a vision of abundance, joy, and love? Or are you allowing doubt, fear, and limitation to dominate the scene? The law of mentalism teaches us that our external reality is a direct reflection of our internal mental state. What you think, you become. What you focus on, you manifest. Consider the power of belief. History is filled with stories of individuals who defied seemingly impossible odds because they believed in their vision. Think of inventors like Thomas Edison, who held onto the mental image of the electric light bulb through thousands of failed experiments, or athletes who visualized their success before it ever materialized. These individuals didn't just hope or wish for their outcomes. They created a mental blueprint that their actions followed. Mentalism is not just about positive thinking. It's about understanding that thought is the blueprint for all creation. On the flip side, the power of negative thought is equally impactful. If you've ever been caught in a loop of self-doubt or worry, you know how these mental states can spiral into physical manifestations: stress, missed opportunities, and strained relationships. Negative thoughts act as self-fulfilling prophecies, shaping the world to match the limitations you hold in your mind. The good news is that once you become aware of this process, you can begin to change it. Mastering the law of mentalism begins with awareness. Most of us operate on autopilot, allowing habitual thoughts to dictate our lives without question. How often do you stop to examine the nature of your inner dialogue? Do you notice recurring patterns of judgment, fear, or inadequacy? These thoughts might seem trivial, but over time, they form the foundation of your reality. The first step to harnessing mentalism is to become the observer of your mind. This means stepping back from your thoughts and seeing them for what they are: tools, not truths. Once you've cultivated awareness, the next step is to take responsibility for your mental state. This can be a daunting realization for some, as it implies that you are the architect of your own experiences. But this is also incredibly empowering. No longer do you need to feel like a victim of circumstances or external forces. Instead, you can reclaim your creative power and consciously choose the reality you wish to experience. Visualization is one of the most effective ways to harness the power of mentalism. When you visualize, you're not just daydreaming, you're creating a mental prototype of the life you want to build. Olympic athletes, business leaders, and artists have all spoken about the importance of seeing their success in their minds before it became a reality. To practice this, set aside time each day to vividly imagine your goals as if they've already been achieved. See, feel, and embody the emotions of success. The more detailed and consistent your visualization, the more your mind begins to align with this new reality. Affirmations are another powerful tool. These are positive statements that you repeat to yourself to reprogram your subconscious mind. For example, if you often struggle with self-doubt, an affirmation like, "I'm confident and capable," can help replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. The key is to state affirmations in the present tense and to believe in their truth, even if it feels unnatural at first. Over time, these repeated statements begin to shape your mental landscape. Another important aspect of mentalism is understanding the role of emotions in shaping your reality. Your thoughts and emotions are deeply interconnected. A thought generates an emotion, and that emotion reinforces the thought. For example, if you think, "I'm not good enough," you may feel sadness or frustration, which in turn leads to more self-critical thoughts. This cycle can either trap you in negativity or elevate you to higher states of joy and gratitude. By choosing thoughts that evoke positive emotions, you're not just changing your mindset, you're shifting your entire vibrational state, aligning yourself with the outcomes you desire. Mentalism also asks us to examine the stories we tell ourselves about life, love, success, and even failure. These stories are mental constructs that shape how we interpret and respond to the world. For example, if you hold the belief that life is hard, you'll unconsciously seek out evidence to support that narrative. On the other hand, if you choose to believe that life is abundant and full of opportunity, you'll begin to notice the doors opening around you. This isn't about ignoring challenges or living in denial. It's about consciously choosing empowering perspectives that guide you toward growth and fulfillment. One practical exercise for applying mentalism is to start each day with intentional thought. Before you check your phone or dive into your responsibilities, take a moment to set a mental tone for the day. Ask yourself, what kind of day do I want to create? Who do I want to be? Visualize yourself moving through your day with confidence, ease, and purpose. By doing this, you're not just reacting to life, you're proactively shaping it. Meditation is another essential practice for mastering mentalism. When you meditate, you quiet the noise of the outside world and connect with your inner consciousness. This stillness allows you to observe your thoughts without judgment and create space for new, empowering mental patterns to emerge. Over time, meditation strengthens your ability to focus and direct your mental energy, making it easier to manifest your intentions. Lastly, mentalism is not just about individual transformation. It's about understanding your interconnectedness with the greater whole. If everything is mind, then your thoughts don't just affect your personal reality. They ripple out into the collective consciousness. By cultivating thoughts of love, compassion, and unity, you contribute to a more harmonious world. In mastering the law of mentalism, you awaken to the realization that you are not a passive observer of life, but an active creator. The universe is not something happening to you. It is something happening through you. Your thoughts are the seeds, and your reality is the garden they grow in. The question is, what will you plant today? The law of correspondence is one of the most profound Hermetic principles because it reveals the interconnected nature of all existence. It teaches us that the patterns and structures we observe in the universe are mirrored within us, and vice versa. The famous Hermetic axiom, as above, so below, as below, so above, encapsulates this principle, emphasizing the reflection and harmony between the microcosm and the macrocosm. But what does this really mean for our daily lives, and how can we harness this understanding to transform ourselves and our experiences? To grasp this law fully, consider the intricate ways in which universal patterns repeat across scales. Look at a tree. Its roots underground mirror the branches above. Or think about the human body, where veins and arteries mirror the branching structure of rivers and tributaries. This mirroring is not coincidental. It is the universe expressing itself through fractal-like repetition. The same principles that govern the stars govern your cells. The same forces shaping galaxies shape your thoughts and emotions. This insight reveals that there is no true separation between the inner and the outer, the small and the vast. Understanding correspondence begins with the recognition that everything is connected. What happens on one level of reality inevitably affects the others. If you've ever noticed how your inner state seems to influence external events, you've already experienced this law in action. For example, when you're feeling calm and centered, challenges often seem to resolve more easily. But when you're stressed or scattered, even small inconveniences can spiral into larger issues. This isn't mere coincidence, it's correspondence at play. Your internal environment reflects and shapes your external reality. This principle has profound implications for personal growth. If you want to change your life, you must first look within. Often, people attempt to fix external circumstances without addressing the underlying inner causes. They switch jobs, end relationships, or move to new cities, only to find that the same problems resurface in different forms. Why? Because the external world is a mirror. Until you change the internal patterns that create those experiences, the outer circumstances will remain consistent with your inner state. Let's delve deeper into how this mirroring works. Your beliefs, thoughts, and emotions act as templates for your reality. If you carry a belief that "I am unworthy," this belief will subtly shape your actions, choices, and interactions. You may unconsciously sabotage opportunities, attract relationships that reinforce your sense of inadequacy, or fail to recognize your own potential. This external reality then reinforces the original belief, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. To break this cycle, you must address the belief itself, transforming your inner world so the outer world can shift accordingly. One of the most practical ways to apply the law of correspondence is through self-awareness. Begin by observing the patterns in your life. Are there recurring challenges, themes, or dynamics that seem to follow you? These patterns are reflections of your inner state, offering valuable clues about where your attention and growth are needed. For instance, if you frequently encounter conflict in your relationships, consider what internal beliefs or emotions might be contributing. Do you harbor resentment, fear, or an unhealed wound? By addressing these inner issues, you can dissolve the outer conflicts. Another powerful application of this law is in the realm of relationships. Relationships often serve as mirrors, reflecting aspects of ourselves that we may not fully see or understand. Have you ever noticed how the traits that irritate you most in others are often traits you possess but have not fully accepted or integrated? This is correspondence in action. When someone's behavior triggers a strong emotional reaction in you, it's an invitation to look within and ask, what is this showing me about myself? By embracing this perspective, you can turn conflicts into opportunities for self-discovery and healing. The law of correspondence also extends beyond the individual to the collective. Societies, cultures, and even global events reflect the collective consciousness of humanity. For example, widespread unrest or division in the world often mirrors a collective imbalance, perhaps a disconnection from compassion, unity, or shared purpose. This understanding empowers us to contribute to positive change by cultivating those qualities within ourselves. When you embody peace, understanding, and love, you add to the collective energy that fosters those qualities on a larger scale. One of the most striking aspects of correspondence is its universality. It applies not just to the physical and emotional realms, but also to the spiritual and energetic. The alignment between your inner state and your external experiences extends to your spiritual journey. If you seek greater connection with the divine or higher consciousness, the key lies in looking within. The answers you seek out there are already present in here. The divine spark within you is a reflection of the greater cosmic order. Meditation is a powerful tool for working with the law of correspondence. Through meditation, you create a space to observe the connection between your inner and outer worlds. As you quiet your mind and turn inward, you begin to notice the subtle ways in which your thoughts, emotions, and energy influence your experiences. Over time, this practice deepens your understanding of correspondence and helps you align more intentionally with the life you desire. Journaling is another effective practice. Use your journal to explore the patterns you see in your life and what they might reveal about your inner state. For example, write about a recent challenge or conflict and ask yourself, what part of me is reflected in this situation? What belief, fear, or expectation might have contributed? By uncovering these inner dynamics, you can begin to shift them, breaking free from recurring patterns. Visualization is a particularly potent way to align with correspondence. When you visualize, you create an internal image of the reality you wish to experience. This inner image acts as a blueprint, shaping your external circumstances. The more vividly and consistently you hold this vision, the more the universe aligns to match it. Remember, the outer world reflects the inner, so by creating harmony, abundance, and joy within, you invite those qualities into your external reality. It's important to approach this law with humility and self-compassion. Recognizing that your external challenges mirror your inner state doesn't mean blaming yourself for every difficulty. Life is complex, and external factors often play a role. However, by taking responsibility for your inner world, you empower yourself to create meaningful change. Instead of seeing challenges as punishments or failures, view them as opportunities for growth and alignment. The beauty of the law of correspondence lies in its simplicity and elegance. It reminds us that the answers we seek are not out there, but within us. It shows us that we are both creators and participants in the grand tapestry of existence. By aligning our inner world with the qualities we wish to see in the outer world, love, peace, abundance, and harmony, we not only transform our own lives, but also contribute to the greater harmony of the universe. In embracing this law, you step into a profound realization. You are a microcosm of the infinite. The same intelligence, beauty, and power that governs the cosmos also resides within you. By understanding and living the law of correspondence, you harmonize your life with the rhythm of the universe, creating a reality that reflects the truth of your highest self. The law of vibration is a cornerstone of Hermetic philosophy, revealing that everything in existence is in a constant state of motion. From the smallest particle to the largest galaxy, nothing is truly at rest. This principle teaches us that all matter, energy, thoughts, and emotions vibrate at specific frequencies, creating the dynamic reality we experience. Understanding this law not only unveils the hidden mechanics of the universe, but also empowers us to consciously elevate our vibration and align with the outcomes we desire. To comprehend the law of vibration, we must first recognize that the physical world is not as solid and fixed as it appears. Advances in quantum physics have confirmed what Hermetic teachings proposed centuries ago, that all matter is essentially energy vibrating at different frequencies. Atoms, which make up all physical objects, are composed of subatomic particles that are in constant motion. What we perceive as solid is, in fact, a dense vibration. Similarly, what we consider intangible, such as light, sound, or thought, is simply a different frequency of vibration. Every object, being, and thought has its unique vibrational signature. Low frequencies correspond to denser, heavier states such as fear, anger, or despair. These vibrations are slow and can feel stagnant or oppressive. High frequencies, on the other hand, are lighter, faster, and expansive, corresponding to states of love, joy, gratitude, and enlightenment. This spectrum of vibration explains why we are drawn to certain people, places, or experiences while feeling repelled or drained by others. The principle of resonance, where similar vibrations attract, underpins this dynamic. Your personal vibration is not static. It fluctuates based on your thoughts, emotions, and energy. Have you ever noticed how certain moods seem to color your entire day? When you're feeling happy and optimistic, it's as if the universe conspires to support you. Traffic flows smoothly, opportunities arise, and interactions are pleasant. Conversely, when you're consumed by worry or negativity, challenges seem to multiply. This is not mere coincidence. It's the law of vibration in action. Your vibrational frequency acts like a tuning fork, attracting experiences that match its resonance. To master this law, it's essential to become aware of your current vibration. This requires self-observation and honesty. Begin by tuning into your emotional state. Emotions are one of the clearest indicators of vibration. Feelings like anger, fear, or jealousy signal a lower vibration, while emotions such as love, joy, and peace indicate a higher one. Your body also offers clues. A sense of heaviness, tension, or fatigue often accompanies lower vibrations, whereas lightness, vitality, and ease are hallmarks of higher states. Once you've identified your vibrational baseline, the next step is to actively raise it. One of the simplest ways to elevate your vibration is through gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful, high-frequency emotion that instantly shifts your focus from lack to abundance. By acknowledging and appreciating what you have, no matter how small, you open yourself to receiving more. Start a daily gratitude practice by writing down 3 things you're grateful for each morning. This simple act can set a positive tone for your entire day. Another effective method is to pay attention to the energy you consume. Just as the food you eat nourishes your body, the energy you take in nourishes your vibration. Surround yourself with uplifting influences, whether it's inspiring books, energizing music, or positive relationships. At the same time, limit your exposure to negative or draining sources, such as toxic news, gossip, or environments that feel heavy. The more intentional you are about your energetic diet, the easier it becomes to maintain a high vibration. Physical movement is another powerful way to raise your vibration. Since your body and energy are interconnected, activities that get your blood flowing, such as walking, dancing, or yoga, can shift stagnant energy and elevate your mood. Even small changes, like standing up and stretching after sitting for long periods, can have a noticeable impact. Breathwork, in particular, is a transformative practice that combines movement and intention. Deep, conscious breathing floods your body with oxygen, clears energetic blockages, and aligns your frequency with clarity and calm. Thoughts are among the most potent generators of vibration. Each thought carries its own frequency, influencing not only your personal vibration, but also the collective energy field. Positive, empowering thoughts raise your vibration, while negative, limiting ones lower it. This is why it's essential to cultivate mindfulness and awareness of your mental patterns. Whenever you catch yourself engaging in negative self-talk or dwelling on fears, pause and consciously redirect your focus. Replace disempowering thoughts with affirmations or visualizations that align with the reality you wish to create. Emotions, too, play a critical role in your vibrational state. While it's natural to experience a range of emotions, the key is not to become stuck in lower frequencies. When feelings like anger or sadness arise, acknowledge them without judgment. Allow yourself to feel and process these emotions rather than suppressing or ignoring them. Once you've honored their presence, consciously choose actions or thoughts that uplift you. For example, listen to music that inspires you, connect with nature, or engage in creative expression. The law of vibration also emphasizes the importance of alignment. To manifest your desires, you must vibrate at the frequency of the reality you wish to create. If you want to attract love, cultivate self-love and radiate the energy of kindness and compassion. If you desire abundance, embody gratitude and generosity. This alignment isn't about pretending or forcing positivity. It's about authentically embodying the qualities you wish to receive. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. Another profound aspect of this law is its application to relationships. The people in your life reflect your vibrational state. Have you ever noticed how certain relationships flourish when you're in a high energy state, but feel strained when you're not? This is because relationships are energetic exchanges. To attract and maintain harmonious connections, prioritize your own vibration. When you operate from a place of love and authenticity, you naturally draw like-minded individuals into your life. Healing and self-care are integral to raising your vibration. Energetic blockages, whether caused by past traumas, limiting beliefs, or unprocessed emotions, can lower your frequency and hinder your growth. Practices such as Reiki, acupuncture, or sound healing work directly with your energetic field to release these blockages and restore balance. Even simple acts of self-care, like getting enough sleep, nourishing your body with wholesome food, and spending time in nature can have a profound impact on your vibration. Finally, remember that the law of vibration is a lifelong practice. Like a musician tuning their instrument, you'll need to regularly assess and adjust your frequency to stay in harmony. Life's challenges may temporarily lower your vibration, but with awareness and intentionality, you can always return to alignment. The key is consistency. Small, daily actions build the foundation for lasting transformation. As you integrate the law of vibration into your life, you'll begin to notice subtle but powerful shifts. Opportunities align, relationships deepen, and challenges dissolve with greater ease. This is not magic. It is the natural result of living in resonance with higher frequencies. By raising your vibration, you're not only transforming your own experience, but also contributing to the collective energy of the planet. Every thought, emotion, and action ripples outward, shaping the reality we all share. In mastering this law, you awaken to your role as both creator and participant in the dance of energy. You realize that you are not a passive observer of life, but an active force capable of shaping your reality through the power of vibration. This awareness is liberating, empowering, and deeply transformative, reminding you that you are, at your core, a vibrant, dynamic expression of the infinite. The law of polarity is one of the most transformative Hermetic principles, revealing the dual nature of existence. It teaches us that everything has its opposite, and these opposites are not separate but interconnected aspects of the same reality. Light and dark, love and hate, success and failure, all are polarities that exist within the same spectrum. Understanding this law is a gateway to profound inner peace and empowerment, as it allows us to embrace the full range of life's experiences without resistance. To truly understand the law of polarity, we must first recognize that opposites are two sides of the same coin. Consider the concept of heat and cold. Though they seem like entirely different phenomena, they are simply varying degrees of the same thing. Temperature. There is no definitive point where heat becomes cold or cold becomes heat. It's all relative, depending on your perception. This relativity applies to every aspect of life. Joy and sorrow, courage and fear, even life and death are not separate forces battling each other, but interconnected expressions of the same essence. The practical implication of this principle is profound. When we encounter challenges, pain, or difficulty, the law of polarity reminds us that these experiences are not inherently negative. Instead, they are part of a dynamic interplay that allows us to appreciate and access their opposites. For example, we can only truly understand and value happiness because we have experienced sadness. Similarly, success feels meaningful because we know what failure is like. Polarity gives life its richness and depth, turning every experience into an opportunity for growth. In moments of adversity, this principle can be a powerful source of comfort and perspective. When you're going through a tough time, it's easy to feel trapped in negativity or despair. The law of polarity, however, reminds you that every difficulty contains the seed of its opposite. Within failure lies the potential for success. Within heartbreak lies the opportunity for healing and self-discovery. By recognizing this, you can shift from feeling like a victim to seeing yourself as a participant in life's ebb and flow, empowered to find the gift within the challenge. One of the most practical ways to apply the law of polarity is to consciously reframe your perspective on difficulties. Instead of labeling an experience as bad or undesirable, ask yourself, what is the other side of this situation? What lesson or opportunity does this hold? For example, if you lose a job, the immediate reaction might be fear or frustration. But viewed through the lens of polarity, this loss could represent the beginning of a new, more fulfilling career path, or an opportunity to pursue a long-overlooked passion. By shifting your focus, you tap into the transformative power of this law. This principle also invites us to examine our emotional reactions. Emotions like anger, jealousy, or fear often feel overwhelming, but they carry within them the potential for insight and transformation. Anger, for example, can point to boundaries that need to be established or values that feel threatened. Fear often signals areas where growth or courage is needed. When we resist these emotions, we deny ourselves the chance to uncover their opposite energies: peace, confidence, and joy. By embracing the full spectrum of our emotions, we integrate and balance the polarities within us. The law of polarity also plays a crucial role in relationships. Many conflicts arise from a failure to recognize and appreciate the interplay of opposites. For instance, in romantic relationships, one partner might value structure and stability while the other thrives on spontaneity and freedom. At first glance, these differences may seem like sources of tension. However, when viewed through the lens of polarity, they can be seen as complementary forces that bring balance and growth to the relationship. Rather than trying to eliminate differences, this principle encourages us to embrace and harmonize them. In relationships, the qualities that initially attract us to someone are often the ones that challenge us the most over time. This is not a coincidence. It is polarity in action. The traits we admire in others often reflect qualities we wish to cultivate within ourselves, while the traits that frustrate us mirror aspects of ourselves that we have yet to fully accept or integrate. Recognizing this dynamic can transform conflict into an opportunity for deeper connection and mutual growth. Another profound application of the law of polarity is in the realm of personal transformation. Often, the changes we seek in our lives require us to confront and integrate our shadow, the aspects of ourselves that we have suppressed or denied. For example, someone striving to become more confident may need to confront feelings of insecurity and vulnerability. The journey to self-empowerment is not about erasing these negative qualities, but about embracing and transforming them. In doing so, we find that our insecurities are not weaknesses, but opportunities to cultivate greater resilience and self-awareness. The law of polarity also extends to the way we view the world at large. The dualities we see, good and evil, war and peace, abundance and poverty, are reflections of the same underlying principle. While it's natural to desire a world filled with love, harmony, and prosperity, the existence of their opposites serves a purpose. Without darkness, we would not recognize light. Without struggle, we would not appreciate triumph. This doesn't mean we passively accept injustice or suffering, but rather that we understand their role in the greater tapestry of existence. By working to bring balance to these polarities, we contribute to the evolution of collective consciousness. Meditation and mindfulness are powerful tools for aligning with the law of polarity. Through these practices, you develop the ability to observe your experiences without judgment, allowing you to see both sides of any situation. For instance, if you're feeling overwhelmed by a problem, take a few moments to sit in stillness and reflect on its potential gifts. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this to grow? Over time, this practice helps you approach life with greater equanimity and clarity. Polarity also invites us to embrace cycles. Just as day and night alternate, so too do the cycles of our lives. Periods of activity and productivity are followed by times of rest and introspection. When we resist these natural rhythms, we create unnecessary stress and imbalance. By honoring the polarities of action and rest, joy and sorrow, we align with the flow of life and cultivate greater harmony within ourselves. This principle teaches us that balance does not mean eliminating opposites, but integrating them. True harmony comes from understanding that opposites are not enemies, but partners in the dance of existence. Just as the yin-yang symbol represents the interplay of light and dark, we find wholeness not by clinging to one side of the polarity, but by embracing both. The law of polarity also serves as a reminder that transformation is always possible. No matter how dire a situation may seem, its opposite potential exists within it. This realization is a source of immense hope and empowerment. When you feel stuck in darkness, remember that light is inherent within that very darkness. When you face failure, know that success is born from the lessons you learn and the persistence you cultivate. By living in alignment with the law of polarity, you awaken to the profound truth that life is not a series of disconnected events, but a harmonious interplay of opposites. Every challenge is an opportunity, every setback a step toward growth. The more you embrace this principle, the more you transcend the illusion of duality and step into the wholeness of your true self. Life becomes not a battle between opposites, but a beautiful, dynamic dance. A dance in which you are both the participant and the choreographer. The law of rhythm teaches us that everything in the universe moves in cycles, a continuous ebb and flow that governs all aspects of life. From the rising and setting of the sun to the changing of the seasons. This law reminds us that nothing is static. Everything follows a natural rhythm, and by understanding and aligning with these cycles, we can navigate life with greater ease, resilience, and harmony. Resistance to these rhythms often leads to frustration and imbalance, but embracing them allows us to flow with the natural order of existence. This principle is evident everywhere in nature. The tides rise and fall, the moon waxes and wanes, and the seasons transition from one to the next in a perpetual dance of change. Even within our own bodies, we experience cycles. Our hearts beat in rhythmic patterns, we breathe in and out, and our energy fluctuates throughout the day. These rhythms are not random. They are expressions of the universe's inherent balance and order. The law of rhythm applies not only to the physical world, but also to our emotions, relationships, and spiritual growth. Life is a series of highs and lows, activity and rest, expansion and contraction. At times, you may feel energized, creative, and motivated, as if you're riding a wave of momentum. At other times, you may feel drained, introspective, or stagnant, as though the tide has receded. These phases are natural and necessary. The highs give us opportunities to achieve and grow, while the lows provide space for reflection, healing, and renewal. One of the most powerful insights from this law is the understanding that no phase is permanent. Just as the night gives way to day and winter transitions to spring, every low point in life contains the promise of an eventual high. This awareness can be a source of comfort during challenging times. When you're experiencing hardship or setbacks, the law of rhythm reminds you that this too shall pass. The pendulum will inevitably swing back, bringing new opportunities and brighter days. However, this law also cautions us against becoming overly attached to the highs. Many people chase constant success, happiness, or excitement, resisting the natural rhythms that call for rest or introspection. This resistance often leads to burnout, dissatisfaction, or a sense of emptiness. By accepting the cyclical nature of life, we can release the need for perpetual highs and find peace in the quieter moments. To align with the law of rhythm, the first step is awareness. Begin by observing the cycles in your own life. Notice how your energy fluctuates throughout the day, week, or month. Pay attention to the patterns in your emotions, productivity, and interactions. Are there times when you feel more outgoing and creative? Do you experience phases where you crave solitude or introspection? By identifying these rhythms, you can begin to work with them rather than against them. Once you've developed this awareness, the next step is to honor the phase you're in. If you're in a period of high energy and productivity, seize the moment and take action. Use this time to pursue your goals, connect with others, and make progress. However, when you find yourself in a low energy phase, resist the urge to push through or criticize yourself for not being as productive. Instead, see this as an opportunity to rest, recharge, and reflect. Just as a farmer allows fields to lie fallow to restore their fertility, you too need periods of rest to regain your vitality and creativity. This principle also teaches us the importance of balance. Just as the universe moves in cycles, so too must we balance activity and rest, giving and receiving, striving and surrendering. Overemphasis on one end of the spectrum often leads to imbalance. For example, working non-stop without taking time to rest can lead to physical and emotional exhaustion. On the other hand, excessive rest or stagnation can prevent growth and progress. By embracing the rhythm of both, you create a harmonious flow that supports long-term well-being. The law of rhythm is particularly relevant in relationships. All connections, whether romantic, familial, or platonic, go through phases of closeness and distance, harmony and tension. It's natural for relationships to experience moments of intense connection as well as periods where each person needs space to grow individually. Instead of fearing or resisting these fluctuations, this law invites us to see them as part of the natural rhythm of connection. By honoring these cycles, relationships can evolve and deepen over time. Another profound application of this law is in personal growth and spiritual development. Growth is rarely linear. It unfolds in cycles. There are times when you feel spiritually connected, inspired, and aligned with your higher self. During these phases, you may experience breakthroughs, insights, or a sense of flow. But there are also times when you feel disconnected, confused, or stagnant. These periods, often referred to as the dark night of the soul, are just as important as the highs. They provide fertile ground for transformation, pushing you to confront old patterns, release what no longer serves you, and prepare for the next phase of growth. To navigate these cycles, it's essential to cultivate patience and trust. Trust that every low point is paving the way for a higher state of being. Trust that the rhythm of life is guiding you toward your highest potential, even when the path seems unclear. Meditation, journaling, and mindfulness practices can help you stay grounded during these transitions, allowing you to observe the cycles without becoming overwhelmed by them. The law of rhythm also has a profound impact on creativity and innovation. If you've ever struggled with writer's block or felt stuck in a project, you've experienced the natural ebb and flow of creative energy. Instead of forcing inspiration, this law teaches us to honor the quieter phases of the creative process. These lulls are not failures, but essential parts of the cycle. They give your mind time to rest, incubate ideas, and prepare for the next burst of inspiration. By embracing these rhythms, you can create more sustainably and authentically. Nature provides countless examples of this law in action. Think of the ocean's tides, the phases of the moon, or the life cycles of plants. Trees lose their leaves in the fall, conserve energy in the winter, and bloom again in the spring. Each phase is necessary for the tree's survival and growth. Similarly, the rhythms of your life are not obstacles to overcome, but cycles to embrace. Each phase, whether it feels like a high or a low, is contributing to your overall journey. One practical way to align with the law of rhythm is to synchronize your activities with natural cycles. For example, many people find that their energy peaks during certain times of the day or month. By scheduling important tasks during your high-energy periods and reserving low-energy times for rest or reflection, you can work more efficiently and harmoniously. This approach can also extend to seasonal rhythms. For instance, the winter months might be a time for introspection and planning, while the spring could be a season of action and growth. Finally, this law teaches us to release the need for control. Life's rhythms are much larger than any one individual, and attempting to force them into submission only leads to resistance and frustration. Instead, practice surrendering to the flow of life. This doesn't mean passivity or complacency. It means trusting that the natural rhythms of the universe are working in your favor. By aligning your actions with these rhythms, you create a life of balance, ease, and fulfillment. The law of rhythm is a reminder that life is a dance, not a race. It invites you to move with the music of existence, to honor the peaks and valleys, and to trust that each phase has its purpose. By embracing this principle, you cultivate resilience, grace, and harmony, allowing you to thrive in alignment with the universal flow. Every cycle, no matter how challenging or joyful, is a step in the dance of your unfolding journey.